Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. We are back on the Zooms today with the Shenandoah Valley Discovery Museum. Devine is joining me. She is their executive director. Tammy Stevenson also on the Zooms with us. She is their director of development and marketing and my best friend for some odd years.
Just a side note.
I'll blur that out in post.
It's okay.
But I'm always excited to talk to you ladies because there's always some cool, fun things going on at the Discovery Museum. But I'm also always a little sad because it seems like we always do them on Zoom instead of with 3,000 kids running around us. Although now, as I say that out loud, thank you for doing this over Zoom.
It is quite shocking. Dawn has had meetings here before with groups, or we both had meetings. And at the end of it, they go, so next month, can we meet somewhere else? We're like, what? What do you mean somewhere else? Yeah, it's an adjustment. But if we weren't full, we wouldn't be who we are and serving the kids we do. So while we're on this Zoom right now, we have 3 field trips. So
it's field trip fun. This is a good plug. The little secret no one ever tells you is if you're looking for a quieter experience, usually after about 12:30, 1 o'clock, it's quieter on site, and Sundays are always a good quiet time.
What is it they call it? There's an Easter egg for you.
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah. Nap time at home is a great time to come to the museum.
Tammy, people are listening to this on Monday, March 30th, but this coming Friday, April 3rd, you've got your free First Friday.
Correct. This is a big event for us. These 5 to 7 p.m., the first Friday of each month. Valley Health brings that to us. So we thank them for their sponsorship of that program. They know how valuable it is, particularly families that have multiple children. And if so many new people moving in the area, it's a great opportunity to try out the museum. It's 2 hours. There's no obligation to pay. You're not out any money if your kids have a meltdown or anything like that. But from 5 to 7 on the first Friday of each month, Valley Health makes sure that all of our guests are covered. So there's no charge. We will not be having free First Friday in May because of the Apple Blossom Festival, but then it's every first Friday. I mentioned that about the guests, though, because last year we had 72,000 people through our door. And I don't think people realize like the face-to-face, and that's a lot of people. And then with field trips and all that, we impact over 100,000 every year. And so I think when people are like, oh, it's a little place to play, we're a lot more than a little place to play. And the impact we have on this community and around us and the growth we've seen coming out of the Panhandle of West Virginia and Western Loudoun, it's happening here.
People who drive by that building and don't realize, I think they think, oh, okay, it's the first floor. And they don't realize that you have multiple floors, that there's plenty of space for these kids to play. You have the stuff on the roof. Even you are taking advantage of literally every square inch of that building. So it is much bigger on the inside than people might think it is from the outside.
Oh, sure.
And I was shocked. Yesterday, I was hosting Steam Night at Leslie Kaiser Fox in Front Royal. And it was shocking to me how many parents still haven't come because they're like, oh, our kids come on field trips. It's an educational facility and the teachers take them. And I'm like, oh, no. Free First Friday would be a great time to try it out, but it is definitely for families. And of course, membership, you can come unlimited for a year and it's totally worth your while. We have lots of people who say it's the best deal in town.
Free First Fridays are great for parents that maybe have 2 kids, 3 kids. And so it might be a financial hurdle for them to cross in order to bring all of their kids to enjoy the museum. You're very cognizant of that. It's one of the reasons why you do these Free First Fridays, and obviously why Valley Health knows that it's important to support them. But then you also have the sensory friendly nights for parents who have children who that might be a bit too much for them on a regular visit.
It is. And sensory friendly continues to grow. And we are actually, as a staff, trying to figure out more opportunities for our kiddos with sensory issues. It's very real here. It can be loud, it can be overwhelming, and it's a lot of fun. But for some kids, they just can't. And we get that. So Continental in Winchester, they have sponsored Sensory Friendly for about as many years as I can remember. And Valley Health Occupational Therapy comes to do the sensory activities. And we have one of those coming up on April 9th, also a 5 to 7. That just seems to be our sweet spot. And then we decided to do 2 in April. We're doing an Apple Blossom version on April 29th, which will be very Apple Blossom centric. They'll be making some different crafts and things in pink and green. But the reason there, again, is because Apple Blossom's overwhelming. And we've really invested in our sensory. We are a Culture City museum, which means our staff has been through a training. We have special bags that we can offer families with some different nonverbal things and some headphones. The Civitan Northern Shenandoah Valley has done headphones for us. They paid for a space on the inside part of the roof for sensory. I bring that up because so many parents are like, yeah, I want to bring my child, but they just can't. Bring them with their headphones. We can figure it out. We have little quiet zones for kids. So we're trying to be inclusive for all kids. It's challenging, but I think we're doing a really good job. We're really proud of what we do with these sensory friendly nights.
And it has come so far. I had Chris Conyer from Winchester City Parks on the show a couple of weeks ago. By the way, if you have not gone and taken the survey about the pool, please go take the survey. You'll find the link at the Valley Today Podcast Facebook page. But we were talking about the fact that they're going to have their ribbon cutting and their grand opening of the new playground. And they've partnered with the Shenandoah Valley Discovery Museum because y'all have a birthday. And
oh my gosh,
there's things where I know Tammy's going to remember this. So when Josh, who is now 30 something, was little, Tammy and I would take Josh to the Discovery Museum when it was on the walking mall where Thinker Toys is right now. It is crazy to think, Tammy, that you have come full circle. And now it's how many years later?
I know. And ironically enough, our actual birthday is April 20th, 1996, which is Dawn's birthday too. I don't know if that's
very odd.
It's a divine intervention. But yeah, so we've come full circle.
I was born in 1996 too. I just want to go on record as saying that.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Date and year.
Sometimes timing is everything. And so when we found out that the new playground was going in Winchester City into Jim Barnett Park, and we know the donor and we're good friends, and we were just talking to the park and him and the whole thing about this playground, and all of a sudden it was like, wait a second. That's 2 days before our actual birthday. And then the city was like, yeah, we got to figure out activities. We're like, wait.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, this beautiful collaboration has come. And so our 30th birthday is happening at the park when they're opening that. And we are doing a color walk because we were part of the story walk that went into the park. I think it was 2 years ago now.
Yeah. On the front side, the round part that has the little family fun walk things and have a theme, we helped create. So
I was there for that ribbon cutting, I believe.
Yes, you were.
Yes.
You were.
Yep.
We have Ben Savory coming with Summit Events, and then we are doing the color walk. So all the kids need to wear their white t-shirts so we can put a little chalk on them. We'll have mini cupcakes. There's food trucks. It's going to be an awesome day. But what we loved about it most is that this is our age group, 6 months to 10 years. So of course, to put the two together. So you play at the playground till 1, and then you can go on over to the museum and play till 4. I mean, it's a full day, April 18th. It's the day. And what's so great about this is that, again, a community investing in our children. And so this new playground is very needed and it's awesome. And then to highlight that we're 30, it could not have been a more perfect storm. We're so excited about it. So again, that's April 18th, 11 to 1. And it's right there on the side when you come in off Pleasant Valley, facing Shenandoah University on that side.
Right where the pickleball courts are.
Yes, and pickleball. Yes, exactly. So we're super excited about that. And if I'm being completely honest, it was also nice because all of us as nonprofits and groups try to have activities. And so instead of competing with each other, when you combine efforts like this, I mean, it's perfect. So City Parks and the museum, neither of us are trying to put together something from the ground up.
Yes.
It couldn't have been any better for us.
Yeah. And it's a fun, free day for families. You can't reiterate enough in our economy these days what the value of free actually is for something like this.
We still can't believe we're 30 years old. It's just, that's hard to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we are.
Have you ever done a color walk, Janet? They usually call them a color run. You wear a white t-shirt and they throw chalk at you. We're calling it a walk for the kids, so it's a little lower key. But have you ever done one? They're fun.
I have not done one. I have friends who have done them and have come out at the end looking like a hot mess.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yes, which is totally up these kids' alley. They're going to love starting off with a clean white shirt and not ending with one.
They love that.
Exactly. And the good thing is it washes off. When we first started talking about it, everybody was like, is Chris going to be okay with color all over the sidewalk? And I'm like, oh, you guys, it's chalk. One good rain and they'll be gone. But it'll be fun.
So April 18th, 11 to 1. Let's take a break. When we come back, Dawn, I know you're going to give me details about the very first ever traveling exhibit that is coming to the museum. And then I want to make sure we talk a little bit about summer camps. Can we do all of that in the next segment?
Of course.
Yes.
We are on the Zooms today talking with the Shenandoah Valley Discovery Museum. Dawn Devine is joining us. She is their executive director, along with Tammy Stevenson. Tammy is director of development and marketing. We're going to come back and learn about more cool, fun things in just a couple of minutes.
This Tuesday, April Davis will change the world. She doesn't know that yet. All she knows is that she went to justserve.org and volunteered an hour of her time. Browsing through dozens of service opportunities in her community, April decided to spend her Tuesday evening serving dinner to mothers and their children at a transitional house. She doesn't know she'll be serving a particular mother and daughter who will be spending their first night in this home. April doesn't know that the hot meal she'll serve is the first this mother and daughter will have had in a week, or that the simple smile she'll offer as she serves them will help them realize that things are going to be all right. Which is why this Tuesday, April Davis will change the world. See the difference you can make. Sign up for service opportunities in your community. Visit justserve.org.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. It is all about the cool, fun things happening at Shenandoah Valley Discovery Museum. On the show today, Dawn Devine is joining me. She is their executive director, along with Tammy Stevenson. Tammy is director of development and marketing. We learned about free First Fridays that are happening this Friday, as a matter of fact. Thank you to Valley Health. Sensory-friendly nights are going on, 2 in April. Birthday party at Jim Barnett Park, April 18th, as they kick off the new playground from 11 to 1. And then, Dawn, not to be outdone with all of the other things that you've got going on, you're bringing a traveling exhibit to the Discovery Museum?
Well, we didn't want people to miss the idea that it was a birthday year. So every month we're trying to do so. So yes, I ran a museum back in Minnesota and we had tons of traveling exhibits. That was one of our things. And so I've been trying to talk staff into doing it for a while, but we didn't have a good space for it. And so we have worked really hard, our exhibits team, to find the right space. And we will be hosting Amazing Castle, which is one of my favorite. I've hosted it 3 different times. It is all about the collaborative nature of how a community works together to get things done. Think back 1600 in England, there would be a weaver who would make the cloth, and then a tailor who would make the clothes. There was a gardener who grew things, and then there was a chef, the blacksmith, who got the horse ready. So there is literally a whole community you walk around in and interact with. There is costuming, there is exhibit consumables, and it helps kids learn how important we all are in interacting to create a strong community. It is so fun. And there will be one really phenomenal piece at the very back of the exhibit. Once you play and have a great time, you can go to the back and actually put together each of the tools. So if there's a tool of an anvil, the blacksmith would use that. And if there is fabric, the tailor will use that, and so on and so forth. And if you do it right, an enormously huge dragon will blow up out of this and start roaring. It's really fun. Although I will say there's certain 2-year-olds that don't find it fun. It's not amusing, but it is so great. And it helps kids, again, to do those whole cognitive pieces of connecting the dots of the tools and the pieces and the actions that the person does, but also how everybody needs each other to create this. So we're really excited. We will be building it. So it arrives to us in a huge semi, and then we actually will be building it, and it will open to the public on Tuesday, May 19th. And it will be open all the way through to the end of August. It will close again on Labor Day. So it will be great fun. It will take up the entirety of the 3rd floor besides the longhouse. So it's a huge exhibit.
And that explains why it took you some time to figure out where to put it.
Yes, it is going to be a big, huge challenge. And we're excited because that's happening during summer camps. So we're really excited that the 3rd floor will have some different variety. Summer camps have gone on sale, and I will tell you, we are selling like hotcakes. We have about 50 summer camps, some all day. Most of them are half-day, week-long camps. Those go all the way from pre-K up until 5th grade. But I also want to do a little plug. Right now, we are trying to recruit what we call CITs, counselor in trainings. So those are late middle school, early high school kids, and we match them with each camp. We take up to 2 CITs per camp, and they help out with the kids. So if you have a late tween, early teen, so think like 13 up to 16, that loves to work with kids, loves to interact, and would love something to do. And we have great different camps. So we have fiber arts camps, we have Lego camps, we have building camps, we have a birthday party camp, all the way down to like Dr. Seuss. So we've got a whole variety, all ages, great fun.
I think that's the thing that I appreciate the most about the summer camps that you do, because so often you hear about summer camps and not only are they the same thing year after year after year, but you have a very limited selection. And if your kid isn't into whatever a theme of that summer camp might be, you're kind of stuck because you don't want to send them to something that they're not really going to enjoy. The variety and the diversity of the topics in these camps that you offer is just crazy.
We actually have museum educators. So they are either teachers from the community that propose camps, and we pick and choose. We try really hard to have a nice variety of art-based camps, STEAM-based camps, science, math, building, pre-K, so that there is a nice variety. And that's part of the reason we do a half-day week long. So you can choose that morning camp, but we also offer a lunch bunch. So if you have a child that really would love to be there the whole day, you can match the morning camp with the afternoon camp, and then we just keep them here for lunch. So it is possible to create a whole day camp, but we always are excited about the fact that they're educationally based. The curriculum is planned specifically for the age group and the kids. So like you said, I think there's a need for both. There's definitely those big, wide open, just run and have a good time, gross motor day programs, but it's really nice to have something that is also educationally and curriculum based. Definitely.
Unlike what the Discovery Museum operates on the regular, where parents don't drop off their kids, they come in and they walk through and they do the activities with their children. Summer camps are a drop off program. You don't expect the parents to stay for a morning and then lunch and then an afternoon.
Yes, it's very different. So the feeling is different here. That's part of the reason why we provide the supports with the CITs for the counselors, because you only have 15 to 25 kids, so depending on the camps. But it is a different feel because you're here with a teacher in instruction in a room, but you also get to go out onto the museum floor and actually enjoy the exhibits as well. So there's a good blend of both, but it is different for the staff. I'm lucky enough I get to host some of the camps. I have a great time teaching it, but we are much more aware and cognizant of the fact that there are kids here on their own during the summers being supervised by the camp specific. So it's different, because we do love the fact that we are not a drop-off facility. I always think that's the brilliance of you've got your adults here that's helping to scaffold the learning and you using different vocabulary and get different challenges. But yes, during summers, we have kids here on site. We are also looking for a summer intern. So a college student that is in their junior or senior year, usually they're typically education students. It's a paid internship and it's full-time over the summer. We have that out at Shenandoah University, Shepherd University, and Laurel Ridge. But yes, if you hear about it and you might be interested, go on our website.
Tammy, when Dawn talks about getting signed up for summer camp ASAP, do they do that on your website? Is that the best first place?
Yes. So if you go to our website, which is discoverymuseum.net, there is a graphic. If you just scroll down a little bit, there's a graphic for summer camps. Literally click on it, it opens up. They're categorized very well. So you'll have like your button to hit for pre-K to kindergarten. You can do it by the age, which has been really helpful because as Dawn was talking about, they're very specific to age groups and things like that. So obviously Dr. Seuss is going to be for the younger crew. Legos for everybody. That's one of the ones that goes. As soon as you see it, you better get your kid in it. But yes, that's straight on our website. And then you will also see posts on our Facebook page and our Instagram. So if you're following us on social media, you can always call. You can also use our website for resources. Like if you want to send an email to ask a question for summer camp, that's right on that page as well. If you have a specific question, you can email directly to that person and then they can get back to you on an individual basis. We also have scholarships, which is something I want to mention. We get that through funding through United Way of the Northern Shenandoah Valley. And we also have some other sources of people. That's a gift they want to give to us every year. We have people during our gala that actually give money for a scholarship. They want it specifically earmarked for a child. And so we get those at our gala each year. I mean, we don't have unlimited, but don't let cost prohibit you with your children. Talk to us. And that's why the email's on there. Have a conversation with us so we can work it out because we want all the babies to come to summer camp because I know how much fun my kids had at summer camp. there's certain things kids do every summer. And it's been really fun to watch some of our CITs that came back were our kids all through summer camp. And now they're coming back as a 13, 14-year-old. So it's cool. It's fun to watch the process.
And before we wrap up, you just mentioned the gala. I assume there's going to be one of those happening this year.
Yes. So we have the last 5 years picked that last Saturday of September. So this year it's 9/26/26. And that will be here at our building. We do it in our own space because, again, so many people, if you don't have children or grandchildren in your life, you don't have an opportunity to come play. And so that's a great time to come play. Our theme this year, I can go on and tell you, is Passport to Discovery, all about travel. And just remember that it always indicates things that are coming. So we'll just leave it there. But yeah, we're excited about that. And that information will be coming out mid-June-ish. We'll have that ready. But yeah, September 26th to 26th here at the museum.
Tammy's trying to hint that there's something exciting coming for our birthday.
Yeah, there might be something happening with that theme. Maybe.
You're going to blow the whistle on that when you come back in August. Promise?
I think by then we can blow the whistle on it.
So discoverymuseum.net, good first place to go, but following on socials also keeps everybody in the loop on what's going on. And you do a really good job too of showing some behind the scenes. Like when you're starting to put together that traveling exhibit, I'm sure there are going to be posts with what it looks like in the box and then all of the pieces that you have to put together.
Yes.
Dawn, thank you for giving me the scoop on the exhibit and the summer camps. It's always good to talk to you.
I love it.
And Tammy, we got to have lunch soon. I have so many things to bring you up to speed on. So we're going to have to get together and not talk about the Discovery Museum. Can we do that?
We can. I feel like pancakes. That's what I'm thinking.
I think that's perfect.
Let's do breakfast for lunch. We're in.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today. We are talking to Luray Parks and Rec tomorrow about some of the cool, fun things they got going on the other end of Shenandoah Valley. So meet me back here for that just a few minutes after noon.